Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Like to open the August 23rd, 2022 City of Springfield License Commission meeting at 5:31 p.m. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the last meeting held on Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. Did everyone have an opportunity to read the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, any changes, corrections that need to be made?
No.
Is there motion? Well, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the Springfield Board of License Commissioners hearing held on Wednesday, August 9th, 2023.
Second.
Second. Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. What I'd like to do is move down to the informational hearing and listen to, we'll take one person out of order, and that is the first, number one on informational hearings, a one-day beer and wine liquor license for Vermont Vermouth event, the Mattoon Street Art Festival at 29 Mattoon Street for September 9th and October 23rd from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Kobe Schreider is the event planner. Welcome, Mr. Schreider.
I just correction is December 10th. It's 9/9 and 9/10.
9/9?
Yeah.
September 9th and September 10th.
Oh, okay.
Are the two.
Okay, that does
Sunday,
make
same
sense.
weekend.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
not correct
Okay.
on the agenda.
perfect.
Yeah.
I sent you a whole month later, huh? Okay, so tell us about the Mattoon Street Art Festival.
And sorry, my internet's a little bit slow here, so I didn't hear the.
Just wanted you to tell us
So
about.
I'm just a vendor at festival. Is a little confusing. So as far as the art festival on that Mattoon Street holds, and they invited me to come vend. They like to bring in a handful of other art vendors for a more lively experience. So I'm the maker and owner of Vermont Vermouth. I make fortified aromatized wines. So fun, delicious local alcoholic beverages. My plan is, the way I understand it, is to set a booth and have available for tastings and bottles for to go. And I don't know what other information you want from me or that I can tell you, but happy to answer anything else you want to know from me.
Okay, so you said for tasting and to sell bottles.
Yeah, to go to take home.
You're breaking up, so it's hard for us to hear what you're telling us.
Apologies. Yeah, my internet connection is not great here.
Okay, so you
yeah.
did say for sale and for tasting.
If that, well, yes.
Okay.
So people are going to be able to sample these fortified wines. Is that correct?
That's the plan, yes.
Okay. And then if they like them, they can buy a bottle or two and walk away with it, bring it home.
Correct.
Okay. And how big is the sample?
Commissioner Signature, maybe you should repeat the question because I think the question was how big is the sample?
Mr. Schrader, is there a limit to the size of the sample? 1 ounces, 2 ounces?
Yeah. So, I'll do what I usually do in Vermont, which is a quarter-ounce sample. So they're really just little tiny sips.
Okay,
And up to 4 per person.
okay.
Total amount maximum per person.
So they just sample this at your booth. They can't walk away with anything except a bottle.
Correct. Yeah, everything has to be done with my sort of 10-foot booth.
Okay, all right.
Okay. And I'm assuming, how are you gonna know that these people that are sampling, they're over 21?
I will card them as necessary. So I do the same thing in Vermont. I vend at farmers markets also. So I have the training through the Vermont Department of Liquor Control for ID card. So I will do that.
They're tip certified.
No.
Not in
Yes.
Massachusetts. He probably is not tip certified, man. Are you tip certified in Vermont or whatever kind of serving that they have up there?
Yes, I have the Vermont combination manufacturer and serving is the license I have. But we do have training for serving also.
Okay. Any other questions from commissioners?
How can we be assured that someone purchased a bottle of wine and go right down the block and open the bottle and start consuming right there? Are there any kind of security measures in place?
So the main thing is I will tell them that it's to go, and I won't have any glasses or anything. So I guess there's nothing that I can do to prevent them from opening. But the same thing would happen at like a liquor store, right? So as far as I can stop them from doing so and inform that to take home the bottles, what I can tell them. I don't know if the festival itself has any other people involved in that. I know the festival does have or staff there. I will happily inform the staff of that.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay. Then is there a motion?
I will make a motion to approve a one-day beer and wine liquor license for Vermont Vermouth for the Mattoon Street Art Festival to be held on September 9th and September 10th with sales from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Kobe Schwader, event planner. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, good luck.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for giving me an order.
Okay, we'll go to new petitions. First petition is for a change of hours for Amapola Bakery and Bistro, DBA Mojitos Bar and Restaurant located at 497 Belmont Avenue. Jamie Romero Cedeno, manager of record, from closing time at 1 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. Dan Kelly, on behalf of the petitioner, I believe Mr. Ramesh, who is on here, who is the owner. If he could maybe just unmute and show himself. I believe he's Paul, I think. But perhaps I can wait for him. Maybe he can pass us, go to the second one, and I'll call him. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the second petition for change of ownership interest, LLC members and LLP partners, and trustees, and insurance and transfer of stock, new stockholder for Bino Inc., DBA Center Stage, located at 265-271 Dwight Street. Samuel Velasquez, manager of record.
Good afternoon. My name is attorney Daniel O'Connell, and I'm here with Samuel Velasquez, my client. Unfortunately, we don't see ourselves. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, we cannot see you.
Yeah, we don't know why that's happening. We have a little green thing next to us, but we don't know why we're not on the on the screen. Is it possible we can answer your questions and go through this with my client sitting next to me, Samuel Velasquez, and myself? We're in my law firm office.
Oh, it says the host has stopped it.
Attorney Poe?
I stopped the video and then I restarted it to see if it would help them. But it's still just a black screen.
Is your camera on?
Yes.
Yes.
Have they tried getting out and back in?
Let's try that.
That works sometimes.
Yeah, let me try on it and then I'll come back in.
We still don't have Paul, do we?
We
He
do.
was first time, actually. I just spoke with him. He was having trouble like unmuting and
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
He's
Okay.
here now.
There he is. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Is it okay?
Sure,
Okay, I don't know if you'd passed us and went to someone else. I don't want to cut anybody else's
Okay.
time.
right.
Okay, so this is a petition to move the hours that are currently from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. at Ananapa Bakery Bistro, DBA Mojitos Bar and Restaurant at 497 Belmont Ave. That is the old typical Sicilian. Sometimes people still reference that when remember what it is. It's a restaurant that Mr. Mish owns. You know, they're struggling, quite frankly. They open at 11 a.m. They try to do lunches. They stay there. They're doing dinners as well. They opened first till midnight. They went to 1 a.m. Some time ago. They really only use the 1 a.m. closing time on Wednesdays and some Fridays. For whatever reason, they've picked up a decent late Wednesday crowd, mostly from second shifters and people that also work in the restaurant industry. And just that one extra hour or, for a month, 52 a year or whatever it would be on Wednesdays alone will help him get a little more revenue in and maybe generate some more business. As I said, he sometimes stays open till 1 on Fridays as well. And hopefully he can generate that. The kitchen's still going to be open. You can still order food. They serve, a very particular style of Spanish food. It's wrapped up like like sushi. It's not a nightclub. It's a restaurant. Although most people prefer nowadays to sit at the bar. And if you remember from being inside Typical, if you've ever been here, the layout's fairly the same, and you can sit there at the bar. So I don't think they've had any violations since I've been representing them 2 years ago. But I think that's what I have to present to the commission for consideration.
Okay. Any questions from the board members?
Has Paul reached out to the neighborhood council for input on this extension of hours or no?
I'll let Paul answer that.
No, I haven't.
Okay, there are neighborhood representatives in the meeting, and this is an
Right,
extension.
and
So
and the reason I haven't is because in 2 years that we have been open, I haven't seen any support from any of them. So I mean, like I haven't seen a single face walking through those doors and spend a single time. So that's why I didn't go in front of them.
okay, well, change of
I mean, I
hours,
didn't.
a change of hours does allow public input. So
Yeah, that's fine.
Is there any public input? Anybody here from the community?
Okay, I'm Beata Bullen, president of the Forest Park Civic Association. The last time they came before us, we strongly opposed extending the hours for a variety of reasons that you have on record. Since we did not know this was going to be on the agenda, we didn't have an opportunity to, again, officially weigh in on this. There are a few other members of our association on board, but I haven't had a chance to even discuss this with our membership. I know that last time we opposed it, I see no good reason to be in favor of it this time. We would like to have an opportunity to consider it carefully and give you a considered response rather than just me speaking off the cuff on behalf of the association.
Anyone else? Okay. Barry on. Have there been any issues since they've been open to one?
No, I haven't received any reports. I believe there was one disturbance call there probably in the last 6 months, but that was for an unhappy customer who refused to pay. And I believe the manager there was the one who called because she got run over in the parking lot by this person that was trying to leave without paying. So there have been no violations or reports forwarded to me from that location.
Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
No, I don't.
Well, with the association is requesting a continuance to allow them to meet with the licensee if he's willing to meet with them. Paul, are you willing to discuss
Even
this with the
even if the
licensee?
association is asking to meet, there's no requisite that we take them under consideration. It's up to the commission at this time to make a vote.
Well,
we don't have
we
to go
can
back.
continue. We can continue this. We
can continue, but we don't necessarily have to.
We don't have to. No.
No.
So, Mr. Ramesh, would you meet with the association or no?
Well, I'm just gonna say the same thing that you just explained, and I mean, like I said, you know, I if they want us to run in front of them, they should also support the businesses that they so much want to control. Period. I mean, I don't have anything else to say.
So, is that a yes or a no?
No.
No. Okay. Ms. Boland?
Well, I just question the whole statement that our neighborhood association doesn't support their business. There are over 250 members of the association. Do you know all of us? I've been in your restaurant.
Well, tell me
I
what
paid money in your restaurant,
Tell me
as
what
have
you
several of
ordered.
my neighbors. So
Let's
please
be
don't say
careful.
we don't support you.
We're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we have to maintain order in the meeting.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a questioning between the two people. So Chair Espinosa, I just ask that you two take control.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, just like Attorney Poe said, we're not gonna go back and forth. The question from Commissioner Singleton was if Mr. Ramesh was willing to meet with the Civic Association, not that he has to. So is there a motion from the commission in regards to this petition? No. Okay. Then I'd like to talk to my fellow commissioners and see, I mean, how do you feel about extending to 2, or giving them the opportunity to sit down and talk, or just keeping the 1 a.m. time? I mean, Barry did say there haven't been any issues there.
I don't see a problem with allowing a continuance for 2 weeks to allow the licensee to meet with the association, but I am the neighborhood association representative, so of course I'm going to say that.
Yeah, and you've never been there either.
But we have in the past, we have allowed individuals to incrementally increase their hours. So if he had already been increased before, there were no violations, no disturbances, to go up to another hour. I think it's within our ruling.
When did you go to 1 o'clock, Paul?
Been 1 o'clock since the first day I started.
It's been 1 o'clock since you opened?
Yes, going on 2 years now.
Oh.
I thought it was, I think, I didn't do the 1 a.m. I I think it might be, they might have opened at midnight, but I defer to the file.
I
Okay.
don't remember.
Then I'd like to make a motion that, to approve the change of hours for Amapola Bakery and Bistro, DBA Mojitos Bar and Restaurant located at 497 Belmont Avenue. Jamie Romero Cedeno, manager of record, for closing time from closing at 1 to closing at 2 a.m. Is there a second?
Second,
Commissioner Cade?
yes.
Commissioner Singleton?
No,
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, we can go back to the petition for a change of ownership, interest, LLC members and LP partners, trustees, and insurance and transfer of stocks and new stockholders for Beano Inc., DBA Center Stage, located at 265-271 Dwight Street. Samuel Velasquez, manager of record. Okay.
Can you hear us now?
yes,
Yes, and we can see you.
Thank you very much. So this is Mr. Velasquez, and Mr. Velasquez has entered into an arrangement where he's going to become the new owner of Beano Inc. and they have purchased the shares from Helen Santinello, doing business as the, what was it called at that time? Center Stage. And he has a partner who's also provided the purchase price of Mr. Richard Allen of $200,000. And he's also seeking to change the management. Excuse me. And we are, previously there already was the liquor license transfer.
Yeah,
earlier.
that was already done, yeah.
Yep. So we would request any questions that the board might have.
so the current owner is Helen Santinello, and the new owners are going to be Sammy Velasquez and Richard Allen,
Yes,
and the DBA is going to remain Center Stage.
That will be changing in the later future, and the
So
sooner.
you change, so for now, it's going to remain Center Stage, and you're going to change it in the future.
Yes, it's gonna be in
Okay.
the next couple of months, yes.
Okay. The signage has to remain Center Stage until you do that.
Yeah, it does say extra room right now at Center Stage.
Okay.
So we,
Any
Okay.
other questions?
Have you filed a business certificate with the city clerk?
Beano Inc.
Yeah.
I believe we have, yes, sir.
Okay.
Any questions from the commissioners?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, then I make a motion to approve the petition for a change of ownership, interest, and insurance transfer of stock, new stockholder for Beano Inc., DBA Center Stage, located at 265-271 Dwight Street, Samuel Velasquez, manager of record. There's a second?
Second,
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton?
yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, informational hearings. We have a one-day beer and wine license for Los Muchachos Restaurant located at 436 Boston Road, private party, birthday, on August 19th and August 20th from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Event planner Darling Soriano.
This has to be a mistake, right? 19th is next week, and we already said no.
I thought maybe it was, but I didn't know if they were coming back. In reading the minutes, You know, I thought they were coming back for some reason or another.
Is anyone here from Los Muchachos?
Yeah, I think they were coming back.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It was-
the
it was
birthday
contingent,
party,
upon Attorney Riley coming with them.
that was to apply for an annual license.
Yeah. I don't think they were coming back on the birthday party. I think this was already denied.
Yeah, we denied the
Right.
birthday party.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Ready.
And see anyone here, Chair Espinosa?
Mm-mm.
Okay. We'll move on to number 3. 1 day beer and wine license for South End Community Center Inc. event comedy show fundraiser at 99 Marble Street on September 9th, 2023 from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Wesley Jackson event planner. Mr. Jackson here.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I also
what-
have my one of my board members here, Mr. Bill Bullock. How you doing?
Okay. Hi. So tell us about your event.
So it's a comedy show fundraiser for the South End Community Center. We have 2 local comedians, and then we have a headliner coming in to help raise money for the community center. It's a 21+ event. So we'll be carding people at the door, wristbanding people at the door, and the person that would be serving is tip certified and is bartended before.
Hi. Okay. Any questions from the commissioners?
No, it was the same event that happened last year.
We did not have that last year. We typically do a golf tournament. It was around
Okay.
this time last year. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So this is completely indoors, right? Inside?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
All right.
Completely doors. It'll be
Okay.
inside our gymnasium.
And so nobody can leave with the alcohol. There's gonna be
No.
somebody at the door preventing somebody from leaving?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
You guys
Okay.
aren't the comedians. Is that true? Just looking forward
I'm
to
funny. I
are
make
funny?
some money.
say something funny.
Okay.
No, we
Okay.
are not the comedians.
Okay, disappointing.
Any other questions from the commission?
No,
No. Okay, I make a motion to approve the 1 day beer and wine license for the South End Community Center Inc. event for the comedy show fundraiser at 99 Marble Street for September 9th, 2023 from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Wesley Jackson event planner.
second?
Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You
Good
too.
night.
Our next item is Kai and Eli Food for the Soul located at 882 Sumner Avenue, Melvin Lockett, manager of record. Change of hours from 8 p.m. closing on Friday and Saturdays to 4 a.m. closing. So we're
It's just
I'm
one
sorry.
day. I'm sorry, pardon me. It's just Friday. Just that once a month, last Friday.
once a month. Okay, so once a month,
But going
into Saturday.
Friday night.
Oh well, yeah, Friday. Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So Melvin, I know that we spoke last meeting. What have you done since our last conversation?
We were behind on taxes, so we sorry. We were behind on. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. We were behind on taxes, so we got caught up, paid all of our taxes that we were behind on, and we I did a petition with the local houses that are right next to us. I think that was one of the main concerns was our neighbors, and every neighbor I spoke to gave us approval. They signed the petition and put their address on it as well, and they were all for it. So now we're just waiting for you guys to get you guys approval. All of our neighbors had no issue with it at all. Like I've said before, we did it last month and it went great. Tracy Whitfield is in the meeting as well. She was actually at the last one last month, so she can talk to more about how the event was and the type of crowd and so on and so forth.
Do the commissioners have any questions? Okay. Okay, so, Ms. Whitfield, I'm sorry, Andrew?
No, I was just going to ask, and Melvin indicated that he had petitions. Were those turned into the commission office?
Yes, I turned them into that.
No,
Okay.
they were turned into me
Yeah,
at
to him.
4 o'clock, and I scanned them into a PDF and emailed them to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, public input?
I was wondering about this, Jane Hetzel. I was wondering about the entertainment license.
Okay. Melvin, did you apply for your entertainment license?
Yes. I put in the paperwork and did everything for it. I thought I was under the impression that this meeting was for that at this point.
No, we explained to you that the entertainment license comes directly from the mayor's office.
Okay. And
So in order for you, for example, to have any type of amplified entertainment, that is a different, so it's a separate license, and that goes through the mayor's office.
okay, I can go back there and clarify it up. No problem.
Hey, Melvin, what time do you normally close now? That's officially your closing time.
Motion claims?
Art. I'm sorry, say that again.
What's your official closing time now?
8 o'clock.
Every evening?
Yep.
And
Okay.
yet,
And
this-
what about the BYOB license?
right.
Yep, I applied for that as well. I put the application for that as well. I'm just waiting to hear back from you guys. The paperwork was put in, the application was put in, the fee was paid.
Now, Attorney Poe, are we going to hear those applications? The BYOBs? Because this is one that we didn't even know existed.
Yep,
correct. We are going to hear those. I believe, I don't know, Melvin, when you put your application in.
yesterday.
All right. So I haven't seen it yet. And so we will have to hold off on that at this time. I don't think the application is properly before the commission.
Okay. Well, we can still talk about the hours, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Bolin has a question.
Yes, Ms. Bowen?
Yes, I guess my question is, if the current allowed hours are 8 p.m. and he has been in fact opening until 4 a.m. without specific permission to do so, and has not come for the Civic Association to explain why he would want to open a business until 4 a.m., particularly a business where, even though they're not serving alcohol, they intend to have people drinking because they have applied for a bring your own license. I have sent a question out to my membership. They've overwhelmingly been opposed to this without further explanation or clarification of why this extraordinary 4 a.m. opening, where people can be drinking, should be allowed at this point. We haven't had a chance to either ask any questions or get any questions answered. So,
well,
it's a question for you, Ms. Espinoza. What's the best way for us to proceed to get an opportunity to get more information and weigh in on this before an irrevocable decision is made?
So the only thing we can do is make a suggestion that they go in front of the neighborhood council or the association. At the end of the day, believe that we can tell them they have to do it. This is something that, is just that a suggestion.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Well, I don't mind going in front. Last time we were in a meeting, only reason we haven't said anything to you guys at this point was because the last lady who was here representing the Forest Park Association said that you guys didn't have anything. You didn't have time before today. You guys said that the next meeting was voting, so it was no point of trying. She basically said in our last meeting here.
That was me. And I also sent you my email address for you so that we could have a conversation about possibly pulling something together.
Extraordinary meeting.
Yeah, and I don't mind pulling something. That's no problem. And as they stated earlier, we're not even able to vote on the BYOB at this time anyway. So at this moment, we're just really worried about just the hours being extended. This weekend is our 9th year in business. We've been there for 9 years, and we've never had a complaint. We've never had anything. Like I said last time, we did do this. I didn't know I had to come in front of the board and stuff. But I do admit we did do it. There was city council, and she can sit and let you guys know that it was a great turnout. It was everything was smooth. We had security. My neighboring neighbors all love us. They were like, we didn't even know you guys did anything. That's how quiet it was. It wasn't like a disturbance in the area or anything like that.
Just for a little history, Melvin, normally, traditionally, our guideline has always been to increase you incrementally. Now we close at 8 o'clock now, right? So just as a commissioner myself, I would recommend, even if incrementally you close at 8 now, probably the latest I would extend the hours currently right now until 12 midnight. 12 midnight, then we would revisit that in 6 months.
Yeah, we're asking for 1 day a month. That's 12 days out of the year, and the reason. I'm just
telling you the guidelines that we normally do.
No, I understand.
Yeah, right. And even raising it from 8 to 12 is more than we normally allow in one particular, request.
But I don't. That's where I'm drawing my confusion. What is I'm listening.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to know if I can have an opportunity to speak because I do have a debate I got to get to, and I have to enter the building by 6:25 later. So I don't know if I would have an opportunity to speak.
The floor is yours.
Over, so I wouldn't be driving.
Yes.
So I'm City Councilor Tracy Whitfield. I did attend the event last month. It was well attended, and it was very peaceful and quiet. It was a great turnout. Nobody was disturbed. No officers were called. I stayed till 3:30. I don't know why. I guess I was having a great time.
3:30.
Yeah. I know. I'm usually way asleep by that time. But I just wanted to say that it was a lot of security there. And about drinking, like people drink all day, every day. You can go to a cookout and you'll see people getting sloppy drunk. You can go to a baseball game. I don't know where the time really came into that, because if you go to a Red Sox game, people leave sloppy drunk and get on the highway. And so I don't think that was a great example of why not to do it. It's 10 times a year, because probably in those cold winter months, they're not even going to do it. And it's not causing any disturbance now. I think it's the culture, because it's based on a Caribbean theme. And if you're from any Caribbean islands, they do usually have their parties a little bit later in the nighttime into the early morning. But I just wanted to say it was a very well-attended, peaceful event. Everybody had food and just went home. It was a disturbance for the community, and it's once a month. I've seen organizations or businesses that done a lot worse that get a hand slap on the wrist, and they stay open, and even that come before the License Commission. So I just wanted to vouch for Melvin and his establishment. They've been in the city for 9 years without one complaint. And I just wanted to say that I attended it and I thought it was very well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just to clarify for Ms. Boland's question regarding this happening, this isn't every night. It's not every Friday. This has happened only one time before now, and
Yes.
that was the last Friday of July.
Yes.
And that was without the knowledge of the board. The police saw people there gathered at 4 a.m. wondering what was going on, and that's how it came to the board's attention. So, and that is why we're having this hearing now. It was a license that was issued that probably prematurely. So that's why we're having this discussion about the extension now. So even if the event is allowed for this Friday, there will be no liquor there because the BYOB has not been heard or approved.
Any other questions? No?
I agree with Andrew that an extension from 8 to 4 is way out of our normal guidelines, and midnight.
Where are those guidelines? Can we see the guidelines? Where are the guidelines that said it has to be a 2-hour increment, a 4-hour increment, or 6-hour increment? Is that something that we could read?
That's our normal procedure. I don't think those are written into a guideline anywhere, but normally with a licensee, we step them gradually toward a later closing time to make sure that there's not going to be any problems.
So it's just standard procedure?
Yes, ma'am.
But it's not a written guideline?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So if you guys wanted to, you could approve it.
Could. But going from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. in a residential neighborhood is quite a leap, in my opinion.
Is it a residential or is it mixed use? Because it's clearly a business there, so it got to be like a mixed use neighborhood.
A residence is completely surrounding it, other than the jewelry exchange across the street.
And the hairdresser next door and the other restaurant.
In the plaza, yeah.
So,
Right.
Madam Chair, I just again
Yes.
reestablish
Yes.
order.
Yes, thank you. Is there a motion from the commission?
I would make a motion to approve the change of hours for Kai and Eli Food for the Soul, 822 Sumner Avenue, Melvin Lockett, manager of record, from 8 p.m. closing to midnight closing, Friday and Saturday. This is Friday and Saturday? It says
No,
Friday, last
into Saturday.
Friday, the last Friday of every month to be effective for 6 months for review.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Can I
we
say
can't hear you.
You're on mute. You're on mute, Commissioner Ramirez, and we're in the middle of a vote.
No.
Is that a no?
Yes or no?
Okay, Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay,
so? Is it
Well-
possible? I know I don't know the order, and I don't mean to come off wrong. Is it possible we can see about till 2 a.m. like Mojitos at least until the same time as them? They're literally a couple blocks away. Can we at least go to 2? They just got approved to.
Commission just approved to midnight.
so you've been approved till midnight for the next 6 months, and then in 6 months we'll review it again, and perhaps that we can extend it longer.
So we can't get at least till 2 like Mojitos right now. Just 12. You just stop.
But what happened? Remember, all of the people that have come before you, that 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or whatever the case might be, have gone through the same steps.
Mojito said he just started his at 1.
Oh.
He won.
Well, you might have started at 1, but what I'm saying, they went up in increments. You could have maybe, instead of being open to 8 o'clock, you could have chosen 1:00 a.m. and then we would have still done the 1 hour increment. But you closed at 8 now, so to go all the way to even 12 midnight.
Yeah, we're
So, Madam Chair, again, the commission has voted.
Okay.
I believe the matter is closed, and we can move to the next.
Okay.
Well, can I have a point of clarification as a city councilor? If he wanted to motion to open the establishment to 2 without waiting 6 months, would he be able to put in another petition to do so? Or it stands as
my thought is, if he wanted to come before the commission again with a justified reason or something to that effect for reconsideration, he would start the process again and do it that way. But as of now, the commission has voted, and this is the position that the commission is taking.
Understandable. I'm just trying to figure out what the procedure is to come back before you with probably like a different reasoning, different evidence, because it's one day a month. So I don't know. Okay.
Melvin, I think maybe you should call the license office tomorrow and see how to go about coming back and making that request.
Okay.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I would reach out to the Forest Park Civic Association. I think you had an excellent idea, Melvin, to invite them to Kinely's and have a meeting with at least the board members there.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is Indian Orchard Pizzeria located at 422 Main Street. Joseph Ferrara Jr., manager of record regarding involuntary dissolution.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes.
The License Commission had received notification that there was an involuntary dissolution filed with the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Secretary of the Commonwealth's office. And that is the reason that we asked that Indian Orchard Pizzeria appear before the board to give us some clarification as to what's going on.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so I guess a little background. Indian Orchard Pizza was established in 1963. Actually, next month will be our 60th anniversary. From 63 to early 2000, Indian Orchard Pizzeria was a partnership between my mother and father, either late 90s, early 2000, I believe they received the liquor license. It was a partnership at the time between the two. Attorney Richard Corbett had done the licensure for Indian Orchard Pizza, felt that because it was a partnership to establish a corporation solely for the purpose of holding the license, which was Seven Diamonds Corporation, which was a C corporation. Upon my father's death, it left basically the business to my mother as a sole proprietorship. So I organized a LLC, Indian Orchard Pizzeria LLC. At that point, figuring it provided the liability needed. I guess failure on my part was to formally fold the liquor license into the LLC. From a practical standpoint, the ownership really has never changed. My mother has been the manager there since its inception. She's still the owner and operator to this day. No business was ever transacted actually through the Seven Diamonds. It was, and all federal, state, local taxes were paid by the business itself. So I think that's the background of what transpired.
Okay.
I guess the question is, I know you continue to operate, but what effect has the involuntary dissolution had on your business or has on your business?
None, because the corporation never transacted any business other than to hold the liquor license as for liability purposes, which once we established the LLC, we just assumed that we would have that liability protection.
Did you know that you were involuntarily dissolved?
I did not know it, actually. I just know that the paperwork for a C corp was so much more difficult back in the day for my parents, and probably why the LLC seemed a better course of action when my father passed.
Attorney Poe, who notified the License Commission about this? The Department of Revenue?
No, I think we were looking at something and somehow it came up to us that there was the involuntary dissolution. I know that, forget what Anna was looking into, because it was not a normal, a normal thing that we thought would pop up, and it just popped up, that there was involuntary dissolution. So we wanted to bring it to, the commission's attention, because it's an issue. Is there a plan to fix this?
Well, you didn't know it was broken, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do whatever it takes. Obviously, next month we celebrate our 60th anniversary, so I just whatever.
In my other, where I'm wearing my other hat as a tax collector, we frequently look at the Secretary of State's website to see, whether these our businesses are still viable, and I often see involuntary dissolution, and I have been told that usually means that they did not maintain their required filings with the Secretary of State, and as soon as they do that, then that issue's been resolved. Am I interpreting this right, Attorney Poe? Is it simply a matter of renewing whatever it is they need to do with the Secretary of State to resolve this?
That may be the simple way to do it, but I was just trying to pull up how long this dissolution has been in effect. So the problem is, if you don't do your annual filings and stuff like that after time, they will dissolve you. So that's, like I said, if there's a plan, Mr. Ferrara, as to how you were going to address this, whether you're going to fold it actually into the LLC and file, do whatever paperwork you need to file. I think, we just need an idea of what the plan is, and we'll give you some time to try to make it happen.
I actually would love to do that if possible, would be to formally place it into the LLC. I think at the time we got the license, there weren't LLCs, and if it's possible to have an LLC hold a liquor license, it just makes sense, since that's the active company at the moment.
It was dissolved in 2007. That's a while ago.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Attorney Poe, what do you suggest?
Well, I think if we give them some time to come up with a plan to figure out, exactly what they want to do, and then if they've done that, we could report to the board that it's been done, and they're no longer they're in good standing, or whatever changes or whatever they have to make, they'll make them, and then they'll appear before us. But I think the board should give them a time frame as to what they believe is appropriate to get this done.
Joe, do you know more or less? I know this is all new to you. You didn't know it was broken, like Peter said. But do you know more or less how much time you think you'll need?
I I could do it immediately, I guess, because I know the licenses come due here the end of the year.
So would it be fair? I know that the ball starts rolling, you know, come October, things have to start moving. So do you think you for October, maybe our last meeting in October, would that be enough time for you think?
Any chance you can give me on some guidance on what I would need to do?
If you contact the office tomorrow, and speak with Anna, I will, put something together. So if you give me to maybe tomorrow afternoon, actually, tomorrow after 2, that should give me some time to at least figure out what you need to do, and we'll try to get that done.
Who is your attorney now? It's not Richard Corbett. I haven't heard that name in about 10 years. I think he lives in Florida now.
For practical matters,
Nobody.
Michael Cohen.
Who?
Mike Coyne.
Mike Coyne.
Coyne.
Ben Coyle.
Not Michael Coyne.
Michael Coyne.
Coyne.
Okay.
All right.
I'm probably going to have to give him a call, but I would wait to talk to Attorney Poe first.
Okay.
Great, so make sure that you give the office a call tomorrow. And at least get that part going. So, should we say, oh, I was still looking at all this. Our last meeting in October will be the 25th.
Right.
October 25th.
Yes.
So, Joe, you think that you'd be okay with that? Okay. So I make a motion to continue the Indian Orchard Pizzeria located at 422 Main Street, Joseph Ferreira, manager of record, regarding involuntary dissolution, until October 25th, 2023.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes.
And just
good luck. Just make sure that you make that phone call tomorrow. You don't have much time.
And that's to Anna Nieves?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, so administrative review of incidents. We have there is a report regards to a disturbance at the zone on July 9th, 2023. I'll be completely honest with you. I did not have time today to read the report. So if you did read the report, someone, I only read the first page, which is the superintendent's letter to us. Did anybody have an opportunity to read the reports?
This is the zone we're talking about?
The zone.
Yeah.
The zone.
Yeah. It was very odd. It took place on the patio and someone threw something and one of the patrons got hit in the face and stitches were required. Police were called. There were 5 police officers there, and Pedro Cruzado, the manager of record, called the police as soon as it happened, and the victim was disappointed that everybody had to leave, not just the bad guys. So they just got everybody out of there.
Okay. So my only, in hearing what you said, my only concern would be, I mean, should we bring them in for informational hearing just to see, okay, so how do they plan on addressing something like this? Or avoiding something like this happening in their patio? Is there security in the patio? Is there not? What happened?
The patio is the only part that was open, was my understanding. So the only place there were patrons was on the patio.
Oh.
And this kind of happened quickly from what everyone described. I mean, the female that got hit told me they kept coming into her cousin's area. I think they were looking for a specific guy, and apparently that guy had robbed this group of people She didn't have the details, obviously, in a prior time, and this was their way of getting at him. He was in that area, and they went into the area. Once it happened, the security intervened. The manager called the police. The police were already in the area, and basically between the security and the officers, they cleared it out. The female left at that point. She didn't want to wait. She went to the hospital. She left there. She didn't want to wait. And then she got treated, I believe, a day or two later and made a report.
Barry, do you know what was thrown?
No, and she doesn't know. Like the way the report reads, it was something or someone struck her. So whether it, there were objects thrown. Pedro did tell me that, but we don't know what. Yeah, when I spoke to the female, she thought it could have been a hookah, which is a possibility. They're out there. They do have a hookah license there, but she wasn't sure, and the manager wasn't sure either.
They picked up the entire hookah and threw it at her?
Well, that's what she thought.
I kind of remember that.
Well, because she didn't see it, so she's not sure, and she's not even sure if it was someone or something. This is her telling me that, so. And there was only one call to the police, and it was made from Pedro Cruzado, who is the manager there.
Okay. Okay.
So the zone did what they're supposed to do.
Yes.
Sounds like it, yes. Okay. I'm sorry?
I think that's something going on at the department.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to a different location, so you don't have to hear that.
Okay. Then, is there a motion?
I submit a motion, take no action.
No action?
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Cade?
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton?
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez?
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay. And the next one, Peter, did you read the next one?
I
And
did.
that is Nathan Bill's Bar and Restaurant incident of August 3rd, 2023 at about 9:15 p.m.
That one's even more bizarre. There was a group on the patio, and the ex-boyfriend of one of the group members was in Nathan Bill's inside with his new girlfriend. And then he went out to the patio and looked as if he was extending his arm to offer the ex-girlfriend something. And in his hand was a can of pepper spray, and he pepper sprayed the people in this group, several people, and while his new girlfriend offered her middle finger to the group, and then the two of them left. Did I get that right, Barry?
You did. He later turned himself in at the station. I think his intended target was the ex-girlfriend, but the effects kind of got the whole table. I think there was 8 or 9 people. The staff at Nathan Bill's called the police, and they also gave that group milk and towels to wipe their faces until the ambulances arrived there. That's pretty much it. I believe he was on the patio. They were all there, and there were no issues, I guess, until that happened. I think the new girlfriend displayed her middle finger at the whole group, and then he walked over, and I think they thought he was taking a picture at first, and it wasn't a phone in his hand. It was OC spray.
Oh. Okay. And the call did coming from a staff person?
There were numerous calls, including one from a female employee there, calling to report it and request an ambulance for medical attention for the patrons.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to take no action.
Second.
Commissioner Cade?
Yeah, muted, Andrew.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Yes,
Commissioner Cade,
yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Okay, I think
Okay.
that is it for today. Is there anything else, Attorney Poe?
It's fun. No.
No?
Yes,
That's
nothing,
right.
though, just the information, just make sure you check your emails.
No, they said not at that size.
I made the revisions to the rules and regulations with regards to BYOB.
Where's that located?
And you should be receiving that as soon as I get the final approval from Attorney Days.
Okay,
Okay, Jerome's party.
okay, then I make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting at 6:36 PM.
Second.
Commissioner Cade,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Okay.
Commissioner Ramirez,
Yes.
Commissioner Espinosa, yes. Good night, everyone. Thank
Hold
you.
on, if 1 second.
Oh, Johnny.
If I may, just, the meeting on September, what is it, Peter, 6th, 9th?
6th. No,
I'll be-
13th. It'll be the 13th.
Oh, then I might be able to attend that one. I thought it was the 9th, I mean the 6th. Because
No.
if it was in the 6th, I'll be deep into preparation with the Big E, so.
No, no back order.
Well, yeah,
That's still on
September is the 13th and the 27th.
Okay,
Correct.
27th might be iffy, but I'll let you guys
You know,
know.
when it's terrible. they
Okay.
can't really- they don't wanna move it.
Okay,
Hey.
thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye.
night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.